So there were 4 ships that docked at McMurdo Station this year. We have the Polar Star, which is an icebreaker. We have the Ocean Gladiator, which is the cargo ship. We have the Acadia Trader fuel tanker. And then right at the end of the season, we have the Nathaniel B. Palmer Science Vessel or Research Vessel. Not all of these ships dock every year, but most do make an appearance each year. What it means for us at the station is mostly just more rules. There is no alcohol sales while ships are in port. There are a multitude of restricted areas we can't go to. We can't access Hut Point as easily. We do have a reroute, but the short trail is definitely not available. The roads have a lot heavier traffic, so you just have to be more mindful on the roads, and it's just busy all around town. There is a control tower that we hail whenever we're going down to the wharf, which we do a lot because we are bringing up workers down to the ships, or the crew from the ships up and down to get food and just to go to different parts of town. So the first one we're going to talk about is the Polar Star Icebreaker. So this is the Polar Star. It is an American icebreaker that cuts a passage through the ice of Antarctica every year. In short, without this ship, we would have no sea access for the Antarctic station of McMurdo Station, which is where we live. Its job is to cut a path through the ice so that the supply vessel can dock at McMurdo Station so they can do resupply and provide food, fuel, and support for the next year. This happens in January every year during Antarctic summer. The ship itself was commissioned in 1976, so it's pretty old. The ship was built by Lockheed Shipbuilding and Construction Company of Seattle, Washington, along with its sister ship, which was the USCGC Polar Sea. After the Polar Sea was deactivated in 2010, the Polar Star became the US's only heavy icebreaker left, and it's pretty old. The Polar Star makes regular missions to Greenland, Arctic regions, as well as supports Operation Deep Freeze here in Antarctica to keep McMurdo Station supplied. So that's the Polar Star. It's the one we see the most. It's been in and out basically for over a month now. It's still in the bay currently, breaking a different passage. And it's pretty open right now, so it finally did its job. The second one is going to be the Ocean Gladiator supply vessel. So this is a vessel. This is the ominous ship you hear about all season. You know it's coming late season, you know that they cut off alcohol when they get here, and there's just a big fuss made about this part of the year here at McMurdo Station. And basically, it's a cargo ship. It starts in California and travels to Littleton, New Zealand to stock up and then come down here to McMurdo Station. It is the first ship to come in after the icebreaker, and it consistently comes in every year that I know of. There are 3 cranes mounted to the top of it, and there are a few hundred containers uploaded to McMurdo while it is here. So it's a pretty crazy operation. Vehicles, helicopters, food, modular buildings, basically anything that this station needs, or if they're doing any construction projects, will be on that ship to come here on that ship, because it's a lot more economical than trying to fly things in. It's just basically anything that is needed over the next year here at McMurdo Station. Then for us, we will actually upload all our garbage. So from the last year to be sent off continent, as well as other things, lots of broken down vehicles, things like that to get repaired. When everything is going according to plan, each crane can unload 6 containers an hour. So that means with 3 cranes, it can unload 18 containers an hour, which is pretty crazy fast. People work around the clock while it is here. Me as a shuttle driver, we do many more runs than usual. That is welcome activity because we haven't had a lot to do recently, especially with all the flights getting canceled constantly. Over 100 personnel are flown in prior to unload to help with operations, and then a week later they are flown home. So they're here for a very short time. And that doesn't include the ship crew. During this time, the Navy are here to unload, and they are known as nav chaps. And I think it is the largest ship that does come in each year. Don't quote me on that, but it's a pretty cool ship, and it's the one that is what you hear about constantly throughout the season. The third ship we're talking about is the Acadia Trader fuel tanker. So that one is right behind me right now. I can see it in the bay. Been here, I think, 6 or 7 days. It's gonna leave according to plan tomorrow. So this is a fuel tanker. It comes in most years to refuel McMurdo, as well as fuel the fuel camps and South Pole Station. In the case of the South Pole Station, we have a traverse all the way from McMurdo to drag fuel with a heavy equipment traverse. And that just drags thousands of gallons of fuel on ice for, I think, 1,000 miles to get to the South Pole. It's a crazy operation. It is here for less than a week, and aside from the fuelies who are working around the clock, it is a lot quieter than the Ocean Gladiator. The tower of power is not manned at all hours, and for most of the bystanders, all we see is a lot of hoses leaving the ship and going into like all the fuel tanks all around station. And I assume all that goes into the fuel caches. It's a lot quieter, but the ship is still large, and we are still not allowed to sell alcohol or make trips down to Hut Point on the main trail. But they definitely aren't as strict on the fuel tanker as they are on vessel. That's the Acadia Trader fuel tanker. The last ship that comes in is called the Nathaniel B. Palmer. This is number 4. And the Nathaniel B. Palmer is an icebreaking research vessel. So this ship is unique, built for icebreaking and is chartered by the National Science Foundation for many polar missions. This year it was scheduled to come into McMurdo late February, so it is yet to come in. It's early February right now, so it should be coming in a few weeks. It was built in 1992 for specific missions. It can support 2 helicopters, can hold up to 45 technical personnel, and it has a crew of just over 20. Missions can last up to 65 days, and it's built for the cold. Obviously, it's an icebreaker. The name comes from, you guessed it, Nathaniel Brown Palmer, who is credited as being the first American to see Antarctica. That is the science vessel, and it's the last one that will be coming in this year. I plan to see that hopefully in a few weeks, but we will see what actually happens with that. And those are the 4 main ships. I'm pretty sure there are other ships that do come in on other years, different summer seasons, but those are the 4 that came in this year. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, and we will see you in the next one. Got plenty more videos to come, so subscribe. See ya.